Hi, I'm Byrne.
I'm Vicki. We arrived in the country in about 3 or 4 years ago. We acquired permanent residence last year, at which point we started looking for a property. We currently live in West Pennant Hills, so that was predominantly the area that we were looking in. We spent a lot of time looking for a property through the course of that year, which gave us the opportunity to really understand exactly what we were looking for, which we quickly discovered wasn't as easy as we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and being so new into the country, we didn't know all of the areas. So we knew we didn't want to be in the city, but we also knew we didn't want to sort of live in sort of a small confined location. And so not knowing the areas, not knowing the benefits of the areas, for us it made sense to kind of reach out and speak to somebody that had that expertise, the local knowledge of the different areas, and also someone that was prepared to kind of help us understand the pros and cons of the different areas, what was within our budget, what we could afford to actually buy.
It was a good year that we'd been looking on and off.
Yeah.
We got pretty serious about looking for a property probably back end of last year.
We were fortunate that we found one property that we really liked. We put in an offer, but we got strung along a fair bit by the agents there. Obviously they're trying to get the best money for their customer. And yeah, it was a very disappointing experience from our perspective, because you go through those sort of highs and lows of, oh, we're going to get it, or we're not going to get it. And then in the end, it didn't work out. When we started looking, the property was booming. Everywhere we turned up, there would be 20, 30 people interested in buying that property, and you just sort of realize how difficult it is, how competitive it is. And so the agents weren't really that interested in helping you find the right property. And so trying to determine a good value for a property and what to put in as an offer was really difficult. So needing that assistance and expertise in sort of valuing a property was crucial to us as well. I guess I should share an anecdote. When we were looking at that property and putting in an offer, we hadn't yet engaged a buyer's agent, but we were considering it because it had been recommended to us. And I was actually interviewing a couple of different organizations. Propertybuyer was on the short list. I'd interviewed Nick, and I said to him, look, we've got this one property, we're busy pursuing that, so I'm holding off on a buyer's agent at the moment. Let's see how that works out first. And he was really good because he reached out and he kind of shared a little bit of information. So even though they hadn't won the business, he was still prepared to kind of reach out, form that relationship, share some of his knowledge and expertise. And a couple of weeks later, he sort of pinged me up and said, hey, how'd it go? Do you need any other assistance? And for me, I thought, that shows that even though they hadn't won the business, they were still interested in forming a relationship and, helping out.
The best thing about Propertybuyer? Nick. But I think just the entire experience from beginning to end, I think we got the property within a week of actually signing up with Propertybuyer. And that was really all down to Nick. And we, as I said at the beginning of this interview, we were looking in the West Pennant Hills area, up north Turramurra, Wahroonga, that kind of area, the up north shore. We hadn't even considered Belrose as an option. And one of the great things about Nick was he didn't mind when we changed tack and said, oh, go and look at this one in Belrose for us. The flexibility was second to none. With Nick, he kept us updated every step of the way in terms of what was happening. His communication skills were off the charts. It was like having this best friend at the end of the phone, when you needed them, giving you all the guidance and advice. But I think where the biggest value probably came in was during the negotiation phase, because it had been so painful for us on our own with the previous property, and Nick just literally did his magic, and he knew exactly what needed to be done to secure the property, and he worked very closely with Byrne to agree on the different price points that they would go in on. And I think it was probably the Friday we put the offer in. By the Sunday or the Monday, it had been accepted. It was just an amazing, amazing experience.
For us, it was taking a lot of that stress and pressure away. It meant that it freed up our weekends. We had people that we could trust and rely on to go and do the job. It's important you do your own research and you understand what property you do want, what you want from a property. so that you can give the agents a good brief, and they're then able to do their best work that way. But certainly outside of that, it was good value for money, and then we didn't overpay for the property, in my opinion. We were able to leverage those relationships with the agencies.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, they were very happy with it.